welcome back to Nightly Nerds. I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
And we're playing
Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger.
Alright. So Chrono just learned life, and Isla just learned the ability to steal shit.
Ah.
I actually didn't know that's what Charm ever did in this game, because I didn't think you could actually steal stuff like in other Final Fantasy games. Yay, I wasted all those items! I wanted to make sure we were all topped off and whatnot, so I went and used a bunch of...
In case we got into a fight.
In case we got into a big fight, and...
Save point right there.
Yep, save point right here, so I could just use the shelter. Mr. Wispy Wind. Actually, I want to see what...
Mr. Sandman.
Bring me a dream.
Bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen.
Okay. I'm gonna start doing that on trash fights now.
What does it do?
It steals.
Oh, okay.
I've already stolen from him, so if I steal from another one, either I get a big hand or I get something else. Don't know what it is. Big hand.
Got a big hand? What's a big hand?
Don't know, we'll find out.
Bam! I should have stole first. Oh, you still get to steal.
Sometimes in some Final Fantasy games, there's more than one thing to see. It was the thought that counted. You
Oh, dang!
knocks me down to 1 HP, but you dead. What's up? What's wrong with you? I tell you, he did.
He did.
All right, big hand.
He floated. He floated.
Oh, it's a weapon for Robo.
Ah. Have you ever? Do you remember what Chris? Not Chris Angel. The other guy. What's the other magician that was big around the same time as him?
Blaine.
David Blaine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a friend or acquaintance, I guess I'd say more, kind of a friend, barely a friend, in high school who was huge on David Blaine. Actually, Jay from Big Mouth reminds me of him a little bit. Not the crazy sexual, but like the wanting to be a magician.
Yes.
And ethnically, I don't know what you are, you know? Like just white but slightly brown. Anyways, yeah, he was big and he did magic and stuff anyways, and like it was one of those guys, like I don't know how much he was really into magic or as much as he just saw it as a way to try to get chicks. Which it either works phenomenally well in your David Blaine,
or it does nothing.
Or it does nothing for you in your Wallowitz from Big Bang Theory.
Yes. I just got a weapon from him.
And but I was never that big on. I don't mind a good magician. I prefer them on stage. The street magician guys kind of annoy me.
I like dexterity type tricks
because all they do is make black people go ah. It's like every video you see of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyways, but I remember there was the one of the videos for like when there was like ads like on like commercials for David Blaine on TV. Like you wouldn't actually. It wasn't like a show about him doing his magic. There was one. I remember that coming out. But I remember there was like an advertisement they'd show all the time to like buy the video of his magic or something. And they played this one part, and it was when he does the levitation trick. Mm-hmm. But he has to be standing in the perfect position. You have to be standing directly behind him for it to work, because he's obviously not levitating, and his feet go up, whatever. And this chick, I remember her going, "He flouted, he flouted, he flouted. Oh my God, he flouted." She couldn't say floated. He flouted.
Flouted.
It was just so funny. I always felt like those videos were a little exploitative.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it, but like it's always like, you know, magician guy goes to Ghetto and does magic for people on the street, you know? So he's like picking these are people in the middle of the day who have no job.
He's being
who are not in school.
He's being a con artist basically.
I know. Well, yeah, but it's like a double whammy. It's like he's like these are like lowest common denominator kind of people, you know? He's doing magic. Half the time they're homeless or so like they're like their minds are blown by the magic.
Yeah.
Where you and I might go, oh, that was a cool trick, or we might be like, like, oh, I wonder how he did that. They're like, oh my gosh, and they freak out and run away or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a jerk. I am kind of a jerk. Maybe I'm putting my own.
You're projecting
my own racism upon what he was doing. I don't know. Am I racist? I don't know. Am I, Ginger?
That's technically being racist.
Is it?
A little bit.
I don't know. I'm not saying these people, but I mean, like, it's the middle of the day. No, they're not in school. They're not at work. They're wandering the street, and he walks up to them and does magic for them. So, I mean, the odds are these aren't, like, hard-working, intelligent people on average. These are, like, maybe mentally ill or... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. But it still felt like he was exploiting them.
You did wrong. Nope. What the heck was that? That was weird.
Lightning and the thunder. Bam. Oh.
Birdie fall down the hole.
Was that, what's his name?
Plucky Duck.
Plucky Duck, yes. Daffy's nephew.
Yep.
Tiny Toons.
Yep.
So that was a decent show.
That was a great show.
Like, between Tiny Toons,
Animaniacs,
and Hysteria.
Yep.
That was called? Was it called Hysteria? Something like that, right?
Which one would describe it?
It was basically, they did like, it was like the same people who did Animaniacs, but they just did history.
Oh, I've never heard of it, actually.
Like, they had the guys like, I'm the father of geometry, and they always beat my son up. I should have named him Recess. Because he was like Copernicus or something. I probably got that wrong. Or is it Pythagoras?
Yeah, I can't say I know what show you're talking about. I've never heard of that.
Do.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was Hysteria. That's what it was called.
Never heard of it.
Okay, now you have to watch some Hysteria.
I will look it up.
It had a very similar feel to Animaniacs or Pinky and the Brain. I think it was the same people who did it.
Probably. Back when Warner Brothers dominated television in the 90s. Oh, that was glorious. I got the magic number with that. Got all 4 of them. Lightning and the thunder.
And the thunder day.
It's gonna be stuck in our head now.
It was on for 3 years? 2 years? Yeah, so it was like they did like sketch comedy with animated characters, but it'd be like about historical events or figures.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because like as much as I watched Animaniacs and
it was like
Tiny Toons, I was mainly a Nick kid.
Oh yeah, Nickelodeon.
Until I got Cartoon Network, and then I drastically shifted.
Yeah, I always that was one of the things. One of my best friend growing up, they didn't have cable.
So yeah, it was always Fox or WB.
And for some reason their parents just weren't into that stuff. Like, kind of didn't want them to watch it. So they were all PBS.
Yeah, that was my cousins.
And so I remember like going to their house and like.
I don't know how many episodes
how do you watch this
I had to freaking watch?
Because nothing PBS has, but like once you hit like 6 or 7, you're kind of done with PBS.
Yeah, like it's got good stuff. Like I believe Arthur's still running on there. They had Clifford the Big Red Dog, which resonated very well with me.
But that's like little kid.
Yeah,
stuff.
And then like Zoboomafoo,
and now it's the Kratts, the Wild Kratts.
Oh, I think
that's the 2 guys, right? And then
the puppet makes it. The puppet.
There's no more Zoboomafoo at all, and it's a cartoon animated series now called the Wild Kratts.
Oh goodness!
And the 2 brothers go around with like a group of kids, and they have like these suits that turn them into whatever animal they're studying for the.
Oh my goodness!
My nieces and nephews watch it. But
the other one was Dragon Tales. I fucking love Dragon Tales.
Yeah, and those shows they have a limited shelf life. I feel like though
they do.
I remember I would go over there and I'm like, it's like they have like these little life lessons. Like, yeah, I learned this when I was 5. It's time to move on, people.
Yeah.
Or 4. I remember like my buddy was really like they're like the people who love Mr. Rogers.
I liked Mr. Rogers.
No, I don't have anything against Mr. Rogers. But I'm like, I could take it or leave it. You know?
I would also watch the shit out of Bob Ross.
And now Bob Ross is different because you're learning something, and it's awesome to watch him work.
Oh yeah. Oh, the other one that caught me for a very long time because like,
and he'd be on Create today.
It had good. The
PBS Create channel. That's what he would be on today.
Yeah. But it had good like written stories and plot and everything. Was
Wishbone.
Wishbone, and then
I liked Wishbone.
Lamb Chops Play Along.
Yeah, it's okay.
It was well written that it's like you could enjoy this.
Like
at
your
any
poor
age.
man Sesame Street.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then not to mention Sesame Street. You can sit and watch Sesame Street, and you might not be as into it as a kid would be, but it's like this is done well.
I mean, that stood the test of time. But overall, I was like, not even saying like Nickelodeon was high class anything, but
no, it just,
between Nick, Disney, Cartoon Network, you know, and then the other
90s Disney
broadcast stations, there's tons of good content out there for kids. I mean, 90s cartoons were phenomenal.
90s Disney was the shit.
Yeah, like DuckTales, Tailspin,
Darkwing
Duck,
the Mighty Ducks cartoon,
Rescue Rangers.
Did you ever watch the Mighty Ducks?
Yeah,
cartoon?
I watched that. Gargoyles.
Oh yeah. The
Bonkers.
The Gummy Bears.
Gummy bears
Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
High adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears.
They are the Gummy Bears.
Ba-da-da-ba-da-da.
I remember when I was a little kid.
Magic and mystery are part of their history, along with the secret of gummy berry juice. Yes, I know gummy bears.
As a little kid, we used to because back in the day, children used to have to get your pictures developed in canisters that you take to the pharmacy or a little photo development.
Oh yeah.
So
actual film.
Yeah. So we take the leftover canisters after they'd gotten all the negatives, and I would pretend they were gummy berry bottles. As a little kid, I was just like, it was my shit, man.
Yeah. That's something my brother would have done. They're somewhere in our garage. We have bags of undeveloped film.
Oh, goodness.
My mom would like buy a camera or buy film for her camera, and they would go somewhere and she'd take pictures and then would never take it in to get developed. I guarantee most of it doesn't work, but we'd have to find a place that develops film. I'm sure pharmacies
still do,
but
Walgreens specifically.
Who knows how much it costs?
Nothing, because
Really?
they can print it right then and there on the paper.
On paper. It's not like it used to.
So
be.
you're just paying for paper.
Anyway, so we'd have to take all this in and just
this.
what can be developed from this film.
Yeah,
because I'm sure a lot of it's just like damaged by time.
Yep. All right, but that's gonna end this episode.
All right, everyone, that'll end this episode of Nightly Nerds. As always, I'm Tote,
And I'm Ginger.
and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye. Hey, did you like that video?
Well, if you did, click the box on the right for another.
Click the box on the left for a playlist.
Of course, you could always just subscribe by clicking the link in the middle.
Come find us on social media.
There are links in the description below.
Don't be afraid to leave us a comment.
Thanks for watching. I'm Tote.
I'm Ginger. See you then.
Bye.